Hello everyone and welcome to Storyteller. Some of you may have seen some shorts I have posted of this game, but I wanted to put all this together in one video so that you'd have all the puzzles, all the stories in one place. I also want to quickly say thank you to everyone for all the love on the content so far. I have lots of surprises yet to come, I promise. So hopefully, you stick around, get to see them. But anywho, without further ado, let's get started and get into Storyteller.
At the end of this book lies a crown. It is bestowed only to the finest storytellers of the realm. Every page is empty, save for a title. It is your duty to fill these pages with the most captivating tales. Complete this book and prove yourself worthy of the title of Storyteller. Life and death. Adam starts alone, finds love, and dies happy.
So our first story here is Adam starts alone, finds love, and dies happy. I'm assuming based on the pictures here, we just kind of follow the leader. So Adam starts alone. He's looking for love. So he's here at the altar. We bring Eve to the altar. Yes. Okay. So Adam has found love, and is it just me or Eve's got some hips? Like, damn, girl. That's a good thing, though. That's a good thing. So yeah. So Adam finds love, and I guess now Adam dies happy. All right, and that's it.
Eve dies heartbroken.
So now we have scenes that we can actually add to the story. So Eve dies heartbroken. They have love. Okay, so they fall in love. And I guess to make Eve heartbroken, maybe Adam dies first. Oh, so Eve grieves Adam and she's heartbroken. And I guess Eve dies. Yeah, she dies heartbroken. What would happen if we put Adam here? And Adam's just a ghost because he's already dead, I guess.
Seeing the ghost of a lover.
So seeing the ghost of a lover. Well, we know that on death, they become a ghost. So Adam and Eve are in love. I'm gonna put Adam dies again. I feel bad doing this to Eve, but that's how it goes. If we do death, I don't think Eve will be able to see Adam's ghost because it's either headstone or on the ground. One of them, they can't be both on the ground. So if we do love, we can bring Eve, and then Adam comes back from the dead.
Heartbreak with a happy ending.
So heartbreak with a happy ending. We have love, death, revive, Adam and Eve. I know we've had them falling in love, them dying, seeing ghosts. So I guess we just start with love, right? They fall in love. Beautiful. Easy. And we need the heartbreak. So on death, we'll have Adam die. And then poor Eve. Poor Eve. Then Eve is gonna die. Adam just, as a ghost, I guess, doesn't care. Well, no, we gotta revive. I don't know why I thought maybe we could have, like, love here. Oh, no, that does work. Okay. So they can both be ghosts and be happy, but I want to see what we can do with the revive. If I take that away, take that away. If we just, I guess, revive Adam, we're back here. Okay. So we have options. So we can either have them like reunite as ghosts or like Adam comes back to life. So cool.
Broken hearts. A heartbreak is healed.
So a heartbreak is healed. We have Edgar, Lenora, Bernard, and Isabel. So I'm assuming we can have our wedding between Edgar and Lenora. And then Edgar dies, leaving Lenora heartbroken. But then, because Edgar is dead, she is now single, which means Lenora and Isabel can now get married. And now we have without any death. I guess instead here, Isabel, I don't think actually gets heartbroken though whenever she's rejected, right? If she gets married to Bernard, yeah, we need to kind of flip this. So instead of Isabel trying to get with Lenora, we're gonna have Bernard try to get with Lenora. So now we have no one dying and everyone's in love and no longer heartbroken.
Rejected by own spouse.
Rejected by own spouse? Okay. So we have Lenora, Isabel, and Edgar. Wedding amnesia. Okay. Let's see. So we're gonna have Lenora and Edgar get married. I guess Lenora's gonna have amnesia, and then she's gonna get married. I kind of let's like spice it up. She gets married to Isabel, and so now whenever Edgar so she's in love with Isabel, so Edgar is heartbroken. Let's go.
Everyone rejects Edgar.
Everyone rejects Edgar. Edgar is about to just have a rough time. Why do we have death? Oh, I guess okay, we gotta like kill the spouses. So, okay, so everyone's gotta reject Edgar. So Edgar marrying anyone, he's not getting rejected. Everyone has to get married first before they marry Edgar. So we could have like Isabel and Bernard. They get married. So then Edgar tries to marry Isabel. She rejects him. And then Edgar tries to marry Bernard. He also rejects him. And if I try to pair Edgar and Isabel, they're going to be good. He's still thinking about Bernard. So we need a death. I guess we'll go ahead. We'll kill Bernard. Have Edgar be even more heartbroken, because can't let that happen. And we'll have Lenore and Isabel. Oh, okay. So Edgar can't grieve Bernard. Isabel needs to grieve Bernard. So she know interesting. So she needs to like know he's dead. And so now they can get married. So then if Edgar tries to marry Lenora, he is getting rejected. So now everyone rejects Edgar. There it is.
Surviving spouses find comfort.
So this is our first instance that says stories can use fewer frames. We have surviving spouses find comfort. I'm assuming we have a marriage, death, and then people are getting back together, kind of like we've had before. So we're going to have Edgar and Lenora. We're going to have Bernard and Isabel. They're going to get together. And then Edgar dies. Bernard dies. So Lenora and Isabel are free to marry. And yeah, I guess this one is set up in a way that you won't use all 6 frames. And I mean, could Edgar and Bernard get married in death? No. I had to at least try.
Apparitions. Edgar shocks himself.
Edgar shocks himself. How the hell is he gonna shock himself? We only have 3 frames, so I'm assuming we're gonna use all 3 of these. Logically, what I see happening is death, amnesia, mirror. But I guess he'll be a ghost, right? So Edgar dies. Okay, yeah, Edgar's dead. He forgets he's dead. And then he shocks himself. I don't feel like there's any other way we could do this. Did he have amnesia before death? I mean, I doubt that'll like do anything. Yeah, no, he's gotta have amnesia post death. Okay. You know what? That kind of makes sense.
Heartbroken spouses are reunited.
So heartbroken spouses are reunited. We have our revive and death, and we need them both to be heartbroken. We're gonna have Edgar and Lenora get together. They're in love. Then Edgar's gonna die, which makes Lenora heartbroken. I think Edgar as a ghost, yeah, Edgar as a ghost won't have any reaction. So Edgar needs to come back. And while Edgar's coming back, Lenora needs to die so that Edgar becomes heartbroken. But then Lenora returns. She is back to life. And now Edgar and Lenora are back together. Now we need in the afterlife. So I guess we just take out this frame here so no one's revived. And then Edgar just dies. Yeah. One person living, one person dead doesn't work in the wedding scenario, but both living, both dead is a good combo, apparently.
Heartbreak for everyone.
The theme here just seems to be heartbreak. So, heartbreak for everyone. We're gonna have Edgar and Lenora get married, and then I guess, yeah, we'll have Edgar die. So, Lenora has her first heartbreak. Well, maybe only heartbreak, we'll see. Lenora's gonna now marry Bernard, and then we need everyone. So Lenora already has her heartbreak, so Lenora's gonna die, unfortunately. And now Bernard has his heartbreak. But for some reason, Edgar comes back. Actually, I don't think that works. Because if Edgar comes back, he's not gonna care who Bernard is. Yeah. If we revive Edgar and then Lenora dies. So there's boom, boom. And then Edgar and Bernard get married. And now Edgar is going to die again, leaving Bernard unhappy. I think that works. I guess I could have just flipped Lenora and Edgar. Maybe I was close on the other way, but this is what my brain put together for some reason.
Old heartbroken dog dies happy.
Oh, old heartbroken dog dies happy. Not the dog. Okay. I guess we gotta have love between Edgar and the dog. And then Edgar's gotta leave the dog. And time has passed. If it's supposed to die happy, though. Because I was gonna say, it dies. And then, like, they reunite in the afterlife. But they don't really... They have no reactions. Okay. So, we need to then revive Edgar. And so now we have them back together. Okay, so we had them back together, and now the dog dies. And we're gonna add Edgar. You know, gotta leave Edgar heartbroken at the end. He cannot have a happy ending. If the dog dies, no one's happy.
The Cellar. Lenora drinks poison.
Specifically, Lenora drinks poison here, so I can't make Edgar drink poison if I wanted to. Guess there's two ways we could do it here. We could have a death. I mean, that's the easiest, right? Lenora and Edgar get married. Edgar dies. Lenora drinks poison. If we want to avoid death, I think we have maybe Edgar and Bernard get married. And then Lenora wants to marry Edgar, but he rejects her. He loves Bernard. So now she drinks the poison. I really wish it was Edgar drinking the poison, but I'm sure he's going to be drinking poison real soon.
Double poison.
So is double poison like a Romeo and Juliet kind of thing? Well, no, because I mean, we have a revive. So, okay. So to get them to want to poison, they got to fall in love. Because I think if they just see the poison, yeah, Edgar doesn't do anything. Lenora doesn't do anything. Okay. So we want the poison post-marriage. Basically, we're going to say Edgar dies. Lenora's heartbroken. Lenora drinks the poison. Edgar miraculously comes back to life. Or I guess okay, let's do it like true fashion here, okay? Edgar poisons. Then Lenora is like all of a sudden coming back to life, and then she realizes, oh my god, Edgar's dead. So then she drinks the poison. Yeah. Oh, okay. What is this? So double poison, but someone drinks the poison twice. Do we not want Lenore to drink the poison at all then? Okay, let's take these away. So Edgar's there. So what if Edgar is then revived? Realizes Lenora's still dead and then still drinks the poison. Okay. Edgar, I don't know if poison is the answer, but all right.
Isabel is haunted by her husband.
Isabel is haunted by her husband. We got some more poison and wine. We know Isabel likes to poison some people here. I guess let's set them up as married. So Edgar and Isabel are married. But Edgar and Isabel have a fight. Isabel being mad that Edgar didn't clean the dishes gets the poison ready. She's going to poison Edgar. So then Edgar drinks the wine and dies. But Isabel. Okay, hold on. Does the wedding actually count? Oh, okay. Wedding does count. So now Edgar coming back for vengeance haunts Isabel and causes more dirty dishes.
Murder of jealousy.
Ooh, okay. We got a murder of jealousy. I feel like this is. I wonder, okay, if we did Lenora and Isabel together, and then like Edgar wanted to marry Lenora, what would he do? Oh, he would just drink the poison. Okay. So we don't want you to drink the poison. No, get out. Get out of here. Okay. So we're gonna have Lenora and Edgar be together. And then Isabel's okay, so she's not heartbroken, she's angry. Which means so she's gonna poison Lenora. Murder of jealousy, but everyone meets their demise. What if instead of okay, so we want the jealousy thing. I'm gonna take out this poison. Okay. What if Isabel wants both of them? No, she doesn't want both. Okay. So Edgar says, I'm in love with Lenora. So then Isabel's gonna poison. So what if she poisons Edgar instead? So then Lenora's upset, and then she's also upset. Ah, okay. So when you unintentionally poison the wrong one, I guess we could also flip these, because either way, everyone drinks the poison, everyone meets their demise. We got it.
Beauty. Which becomes the mirror's favorite?
We have our classic Snow White story here. So the witch becomes the murder's favorite, the mirror's favorite. So we have the magic mirror. The witch tries to see, is she the fairest of them all? And the mirror, words are hard. The mirror says no, Snowy is more beautiful. So in the woods, the witch sees Snowy. It kind of just like, she gets mad at her, so that's not it. The cauldron? What happens with the cauldron? Ah, okay. So the witch becomes the old hag with the cauldron. So now, as the old hag, she encounters Snowy in the forest and turns her into a frog. So now, when the witch goes to the mirror, maybe because she's still a hag. Hold on. The frog, hold on. Maybe because she's still a hag. She turns back into her beautiful witchy self and then talks to the mirror and becomes the favorite after all.
Curse is lifted.
Now we have a kiss and the prince, and the witch is permanently in hag form, I'm assuming. Okay, so we don't have to use a cauldron. That is the witch. So the witch runs into Snowy. It doesn't care. I guess we need motive. So last time we had the motive of the mirror. So what happens if she talks to the prince? Okay, nothing happens there. What about... Oh, okay. So she gets mad at the prince for not kissing in the boat. What happens after that? Ah, okay. So the prince refuses the witch's kiss. So when they meet each other in the woods, she turns him into a frog. Frog prince sees Snowy and tells her, hey, I'm a beautiful prince. You should kiss me. So when they kiss in the water, the curse is lifted.
A kiss and a curse.
So I know how we could get a kiss, but how do we get a curse? I feel like I know how we can get a curse and a kiss. So we try to kiss, says no. She turns him into a frog. The witch drinks her potion, makes herself young again, and encounters the prince in the woods, but she does not seem happy. But she'll still kiss him and lift the curse, so I'll take it.
Tiny gets a kiss.
So Tiny gets a kiss. How does Tiny finagle a kiss? Okay. We know that if the prince, tries to kiss the witch, she turns him into a frog. Would I don't think wait, does this work? Does Tiny actually Oh, okay. So Tiny can kiss the prince. But we need to do an ungrateful maiden and the prince saves Tiny. I feel like the prince saves Tiny is just the opposite of this, right? Tries to kiss. Boom. Okay, I see a problem here. The prince does not want to kiss Tiny. Check that out. Okay, so he doesn't. Okay, there's something more. She gets turned. I guess also turned Snow White into a or Snowy. Sorry, Snowy. So let's see. Let's kind of rearrange these things here. Okay. Boom. Boom. All right. She's upset that Snowy is beautiful. So she turns Snowy into a frog. And here, the prince talks to Snowy, and she's like, oh my god, I'm a frog, but I need you to kiss me. At the same time, Tiny gets turned into a frog. So now, the prince kisses who he thinks is Snowy, and it's actually Tiny. Okay, so there's where the prince saves Tiny. Now for the ungrateful maiden. So if I just change the roles here. So, boom, Snowy gets that, and so then they kiss, and I guess she's okay. How does she become ungrateful? The So she gets turned, or is it like the prince? No. Or okay, she talks to both. She has like a backup plan. She tells the prince, "Hey, I'm a frog." In case he doesn't make it, she tells Tiny, "Hey, I'm also a frog." And like she really wants the prince to show up, but Tiny shows up and she's still not ungrateful. Let's start over. Or maybe I'm looking at this all wrong. Instead of Snowy being the frog and then like telling, because when I was thinking like ungrateful maiden is like she's ungrateful that Tiny. What if she's saving Tiny? Okay, so yeah, reject. We're gonna like do a double reject here, right? Which is just not getting it. She's turning everyone here to frogs, right? Tiny, the prince, everyone's a frog. Snowy runs into the prince. Oh my god, I'm gonna kiss you. But then she kisses Tiny instead, but still not ungrateful. Okay. I think Snowy being the frog. Yeah. So we want so Tiny gets a kiss by an ungrateful maiden. So we want Snowy to be the frog. All right. We want Tiny to offer to kiss her. Tiny does kiss her. But if I go in the forest, they don't really care. It's not like she's gonna... Mirror loves her. Does Mirror love Tiny? No, Mirror does not love Tiny. So does like Tiny try to go in for a second round? And that's how she becomes ungrateful. Okay. So Snowy becomes the frog. They kiss. Tiny's like, "Hey, let me get in on that action one more time," and then he's heartbroken. It's all coming together now.
The Manor. Butler's rampage.
I'm assuming with the gun and the butler and the duke and the duchess, the butler is just going to shoot everybody. So the butler's gonna grab the gun. Butler shoots the duke, and butler shoots the duchess. Pretty straightforward.
Duke feels relief.
So Duke feels relief. We have a gun, a butler, and the Duke. If we have the Duke, okay, so he just looks at his gun and he's happy. That's not relief. What does the butler do with the gun? Oh, and then can we have two in the same scene? We cannot. We just have the Duke looking at the gun the whole time. I mean, he's happy at least, right? But that does not work. So the butler takes the gun. So I guess what needs to happen is, I guess Duke sees the gun. Butler takes it. Wait, no, Duke doesn't need to see the gun because it's going to take too many frames. So Butler takes the gun. Duke sees, oh my god, the gun is missing. So then the butler can't find the Duke because it seems that he wants to use the gun on the Duke. So he can't find him, puts the gun back, and then the Duke is happy that the gun is back. So now the Duke feels relief.
Murderer is arrested.
Ooh, okay. A murderer is arrested. And now we have other scenes to go with the gun. So I think to trigger the murder, we need the butler to grab the gun. And I guess in the ballroom, we'll have the butler and the duke, no hesitation. I don't have to set anything else up. He's immediately like, I'm going for it. Okay. But then the butler, he feels remorse. He has killed his job, essentially. And now tells the detective he murdered the duke.
Someone gets arrested.
Okay. So this time, someone gets arrested, and we have no remorse. So there's got to be a way for, I guess, the butler to now get arrested with like a witness. So what happens when you, okay, you just look at the gun. What is, so the Duchess doesn't like the gun. Duke loves the gun. Butler takes. Detective just kind of sits there. We know the butler needs to take the gun. I guess we go to the ballroom. Will he shoot the Duchess like he shoots the Duke? Oh, okay. Man is just, apparently they are not good bosses. Got it. He sees her ghost. He talks to the detective. Then no. So Duke talks to the detective, tells him that wife died. If she doesn't see the ghost. Okay, so he doesn't have to see the ghost. He's just telling him that the wife died. Detective can't confront the butler. And then if the butler, okay, it doesn't matter either way. So he doesn't even confront him. It's just automatically guns out. And then now two people are dead. And the detective still can't talk to the butler. Okay. So we got to get a little creative here. Let's reset. We know these two scenes have to happen. We have to have a murder for someone to get arrested. We go into the ballroom. Do you talk to the ghost? Does she tell you who did it? No. Okay. I'm assuming here that maybe the butler leaves fingerprints behind on the gun. Because we know he'll put it back whenever you go back. So takes gun, shoots the Duchess, puts the gun back. So now the detective sees the fingerprints and can arrest the butler. Okay. Interesting. We have done someone gets arrested, murder. Now we have someone gets arrested, innocent. We know, I guess, what's going to happen is we have the murder happen. And then instead of the butler getting arrested, we need the Duke to get arrested because the fingerprints. What happens if the Duke comes to the gun? Okay. He touches the gun because he really likes his gun. The detective now sees his fingerprints, so he's looking for the Duke. And now the Duke gets arrested. So now someone got arrested, but it was someone innocent.
Crown Intrigue. 4 deaths.
4 deaths, but only 2 people and a revive. If we go to the cliff, you just stand there. You want the crown. Because you want the crown, does the knight push? Okay, the knight does not care. Do you push the knight? Okay, so the Baron pushes the knight, and then do you feel any kind of remorse? Can the knight spook you off the cliff? The knight can. Okay. So if we revive the knight and then revive the Baron, will the knight push the Baron now that he killed him once? Okay, yeah, now he will. And then the knight's there, and the Baron shocks him. So we overall have 4 deaths.
The Queen is rescued.
Hey, we have the Queen is rescued, and we have a kidnapping involved. I guess we know our good old Baron friend is pretty ruthless. He'll push the knight off the cliff. Will he kidnap the Queen? He will kidnap the Queen. I guess the knight will let her out. Okay, so we just did the Queen is rescued, but now we have the Queen is rescued and married. He kidnaps the Queen, the knight rescues the Queen. Does the knight then and the knight will marry the Queen. Okay, cool. So there's the Queen is rescued and married. So now the Queen is rescued and revenge. Do we kidnap the Baron then? Oh, she looks pissed. But yeah, okay. So now the Queen is rescued and got revenge. Interesting. So yeah, the Baron just wants the crown, I guess, and doesn't care.
Everyone sits on the throne.
So everyone sits on the throne. I guess the Queen's gonna automatically sit on the throne. We know the Baron knows that the crown's there. Baron's just gonna push the Queen. We know with no hesitation. He would push the Queen to get that crown. Now I don't think the knight, yeah, the knight isn't gonna go ahead and push the Baron because he has a conscience, unlike somebody. So maybe he's at the cliff and he sees the ghost of the Queen. And then he's like, oh my god, my Queen. I must help. No. Well, I mean, she's not really talking to him. They're just kind of standing there. Okay. That's not it. The knight. I mean, the knight acknowledges that the Baron is king, but he won't push him. Okay, how can we get the knight? Or maybe I'm doing this backwards. Instead of the Baron going on the throne, maybe like the knight was like next in line to go on the throne. So then the Baron is pissed, you know, he's over here like, oh, stupid knight took my crown. And he pushes the knight, which then makes him sit on the throne. Okay. Cool. I wonder, would he have pushed him without this? Oh, yeah. Like I said, the Baron is ruthless, man. He's just pushing people left and right. So I'll remember that for the future.
Usurper is forgiven.
I'm curious how the dog can be a usurper here. Usurper? Usurper. I think that's how you say it. Okay, so yeah, we have the dog and the queen, and usurper is forgiven. Can the dog kidnap the queen? Oh, okay, he straight up can kidnap the queen. So then he sits on the throne and then lets her back out. And Okay, I guess she has to then kidnap the dog that's on the throne and then lets him out. Aw, okay. At least it turns around cute.
The queen marries.
The queen marries. Well, we know the queen sure as hell is not marrying the baron. Think like I could find that out real quick. Yeah, no. So definitely not gonna get married. I don't even think we need to use this frame. It's just gonna take some time. But we do have disguise, which I'm curious about. Okay, queen doesn't care about the disguise, but the baron. Okay, so the baron disguises himself as like a dragon. I guess he kidnaps the queen in his disguise, and then he takes it off. He comes and rescues the queen. And she's like, "Oh my god, I got kidnapped by a dragon. But thank you." And with that, she decides to marry the baron. I guess we could use the other frame, but like we already know he gets rejected. He has to put on a dragon costume to get married. So sounds like a personal problem there.
Secrets. Murderer gets arrested.
Murderer gets arrested. But now we have a witness, or at least we have witness. So what does witness do? So witness is that the paint? Oh my god, it's the painting. Okay. So if we don't have the witness, that's why it looked like it was missing eyes. Okay, I thought that was a little off, but I'm like, okay, whatever. Maybe it's just like the ghost of somebody. Okay, witness. Okay. So this is easy. We just do butler grabs gun. The detective gets behind the painting. The butler the butler kills the duke. The detective knows. So now, even without the gun, or even without looking for fingerprints, okay, I was like, do we have to get him out of there? The detective arrests the butler. Okay. So now we have another panel of witness. So I'm curious how that's going to show up in the future.
Butler gets fired.
Butler gets fired. Now that we have a witness, I guess now the Duke can see that the butler wants to kill him. So we know the Duke loves his gun. And we know the butler wants to take the gun to use on the Duke. Well, we're going to have, okay, so the Duke in love with his gun. The butler wants the gun for the Duke. The Duke finds the cave in the ballroom and is like, oh, what is this? The Duke or the butler is looking for the Duke. So now the Duke knows that the butler has the gun. The butler can't find the Duke, so he puts the gun back. And now the Duke confronts the butler and fires him for holding his gun. I don't think he knows what he wanted to do with the gun, but I think because he loves the gun so much, he's straight up firing him just because he touched it.
Spouse gets vengeance.
So spouse gets vengeance. So I think what we need to have happen here is same story that we kind of have. Butler grabs the gun. Except witness. We're gonna have the Duchess witness. I want the Duchess to witness because I know she won't touch the gun. But I wonder if like in the spirit of revenge, if that'll change something, right? So she sees the butler kill the Duke. And then the butler puts the gun back. Now the Duchess, knowing that her husband is dead, grabs the gun. Yes, so she will grab the gun. Okay, so she grabs the gun and her eyes are on the butler. And now the butler is dead.
Duchess gets murderer arrested.
The Duchess gets the murderer arrested. Well, I think we kind of know how to set this one up. Butler grabs the gun. The Duchess witnesses everything. In the ballroom, the butler kills the Duke. And now the Duchess tells the detective that she saw the butler with the gun and he killed the Duke. And so now the butler gets arrested. Now, but the Duke isn't home. Can she? Yeah, like, I don't think she can get him arrested just for holding a gun. He has to do something with the gun, right? Do we? No. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. I guess she dies then. Oh, yeah, because she tells the detective, "Hey, the butler has the gun." Butler overhears or hasn't put the gun back yet, kills the Duchess, and then the butler goes ahead. If I take this out, yeah, the detective won't marry. The detective won't arrest the butler, but because the Duchess tells the detective first that she saw the butler with the gun, then okay, now it's all making sense now. So that's how, unfortunately, I mean, she saw to lose her life, but the Duke lived, I guess.
Justice. Usurper dies.
Well, I feel like this one's gonna be easy for the usurper to die. We just know. All right. Baron kidnaps queen. We're speedrunning this. Knight saves the queen. She then executes. Wait, did she really lose her crown for getting kidnapped? Do I have to? Okay. We have to put her back on the throne. So then he execute. But I guess he's not a usurper because he has to sit on the throne first. Oh, interesting. Okay, because he sits on. Maybe this isn't as easy as I thought. Kidnaps queen, gets on the throne. Knight saves her. What happened? Can the knight then kidnap the baron? And then she sits back on the throne, but he's kidnapped. He's still sitting on the throne, happy. Yeah, she lets him out, or he gets let out. But whoever has the crown is the only one who can sit on the throne here. I didn't know if maybe he would let her out. That was kind of a stretch. Let's reset. Okay. We know these three have to happen in order for him to actually fully be the usurper. And no one will let him out either. The queen won't let him out, knight won't let him out. There's a step I'm missing here. Instead of the queen being let out, okay, he executes the queen. Yeah, because see, the knight will let her out. So I guess that's why she can be kidnapped and then here. So then the knight kidnaps the baron. Okay, so take this side. Okay, let's move this out. Okay. Baron kidnaps queen. Baron is on throne. Baron executes queen so he can stay on throne. Knight, in the spirit of the queen, kidnaps the baron. Knight sits on the throne and then kills the baron. Okay. And that gives us the extra one. So the usurper dies and by the hand of the knight. I don't know how the other one would work, but you know what? I'll take this one.
Knight loses his head.
Knight loses his head. I'm curious how the knight loses his head when the queen loves the knight, but we have quite a few options here. If anything, will the knight, yeah, I don't think the knight would kidnap the queen. Would she execute him? No. Oh, would the queen, though, kidnap the knight? No. Unless the queen dies. Okay, so the queen dies. The knight becomes king. The queen is revived and then realizes that the knight is now the king. So then she would kidnap him to get her crown back. I guess she doesn't need to realize this. She knows that he is on the throne. So she kidnaps him, becomes the queen, and then executes him. That kind of sucks though. The knight only became king because she died. It's not like he tried to take her out. We proved that he would not take her out. But man, the queen be ruthless.
The execution.
The execution. But now we have a wedding amnesia. I think the queen loves herself too much to marry the baron. So that's not gonna happen. If anything, the baron is always gonna kidnap the queen. He's not gonna turn around and let her out. And there is no throne. So he cannot execute her because he can never take the crown. So what if Baron kidnaps the queen and he forgets that he wants the crown, maybe forgets that he's the one who kidnapped the queen? So then he sees her, lets her out with the intention of, oh, maybe I'll become king. And the queen's like, yeah, no, you're executed. Okay. So so we did execution of the baron. Now we have execution of the queen. How can we get the execution of the queen if the baron can't sit on the throne? Let's take these back. So if we want the execution of the queen, queen would not kidnap the baron, even after like rejecting. No, she doesn't care. So we could still do kidnap, amnesia. He lets out. Oh, she's still very angry. So she tries to marry. Still super angry here. Maybe for him to get the crown, they have to become married. So Queen gets kidnapped by the Baron. Baron forgets. The Queen forgets. And so he lets her out. So she's in love with him. And so now they get married. So he is king. And then he executes her because he wants to be single and king and have all the power, I guess. But okay. So they both have to forget in order to have this, I don't want to say happy ending, but it's an ending.
Queen beheads all men.
Now, this is one for the ladies here. The queen beheads all men. I guess first option is Baron pushes the queen, but then she comes back. And then, okay, but she loses her crown with that. So I guess she sits back on the throne and then kills the Baron. She needs to behead all men, and she's not gonna want to do that right away. I think what needs to happen is the knight needs to become... So the knight needs to become king. Let's see. Would she execute him with that? Oh, okay. No mercy. So, okay, because I mean, that's not a look of love. That's a scheming look. So the Baron kills the queen. Okay, let's make this make sense. Okay, Baron kills the queen. The knight becomes king because the queen is dead. The queen is revived, but in order to get her crown back, she has to marry the knight. Because she's pissed she had to marry the knight, she beheads the knight. And because the Baron originally killed her, she beheads the Baron. And the queen beheads all men.
Genesis. Eve rejects apple.
So now we're getting a little biblical, I see. Eve rejects apple. I guess we have the temptation, we have judgment with Adam and Eve. So Eve won't reject the apple. Neither will Adam. They both will go for it. What happens with judgment? Does he tell him not to touch? Okay, no apple. And then does she reject? No. Illuminati God just saying don't touch the apple is not enough. What happens if Adam takes the apple? Okay, and he really says, do not eat the apple. So now Eve, knowing what has happened to Adam, rejects the apple to avoid judgment.
God is happy at everyone.
So God is happy at everyone? God is not happy with everyone? So I guess they gotta mess up first. I guess Adam gets tempted. Adam tempts Eve. They get judged. Both get smited by the freaking Illuminati god. And then I guess they get revived. No. Oh, okay, so he's happy. So we want one. Okay, he comes back. Adam says no. Eve says no. And they're happy. Okay. God has to smite one person. And then they're like, heck no, I am not taking that apple. And then everyone's happy, I guess.
Adam watches his love die.
Knowing what we know, this one feels pretty simple. So we know that Adam and Eve, we need to have love in order for them to him to watch his love die. I guess we tempt. So Eve eats the apple. There's judgment. So now Adam watches Eve die. But now Adam watches his love die because of him. So why would it be because of him? So we know, okay, so she's gonna die, but Adam needs to eat the apple first. So then he's there to tempt Eve. So then at judgment, okay, they both die. What happens if, okay, Adam gets tempted, eats. He gets smited. He comes back. Okay, then this resets. So he's no longer going to tempt her with that. So we know that Adam needs to eat the apple first so that he can offer it to Eve. I guess maybe he gets judged first. Then he gets revived and then comes back and it's Eve's turn for judgment. So Eve dies because of Adam.
Friedrich takes revenge.
Who the heck is Friedrich and why does he want revenge? This is a new character here. So Friedrich takes revenge. So do they love each other? Okay. And then Eve is tempted. And then Eve gets smited. And then Friedrich takes a gun and takes a gun to Illuminati gun. I guess that works.
The king. Cyclic, mutually toxic love affair.
So cyclic, mutually toxic love affair. Sounds like your average high school couple. Right? They're in love. They fight. They forget about the fight. The queen at least does. So they're in love again? No, he's still angry. Okay, so they both forget about the fight. And they're in love again. And then they fight. Yeah. This is high school coded. For sure.
Double execution.
So double execution, and we now have the king. Let's see. Well, the king... Okay, so the king is waiting for either the queen or the maid. So the king will have an affair with the maid while the queen watches. The queen is not happy. So now she executes first the maid, and finally, saving her husband for last, she executes the king. Now we have double execution where the king takes revenge. So I guess instead of the queen executing the king at the very end, we just flip these two. Yeah. So because the queen killed his lover, the king takes revenge and executes the queen. I mean, to be fair, I think the queen was justified, but that's just me.
3 heads roll.
So 3 heads roll. And we got the queen, the king, the knight baron to kidnap, execute, and affair. All right. Well, think easy. Really? The king is gonna pull that card? All right. No, queen doesn't want to have an affair. Okay, the queen is too good for the king. So I guess Baron kidnaps queen. The knight saves the queen, says it's the Baron. So then the queen executes the Baron. And because the queen was saved, she now has an affair with the knight. That pisses off the king. So the king decides that the knight needs to go and that the queen needs to go. And 3 heads roll.
Rags to royalty.
So rags to royalty. I'm assuming that means the maid is going to become the queen. So we know an affair can happen between the king and the maid. But we also know that the king needs to marry the maid at the end, and that makes her royal. So she cannot die, cannot get executed. If we kidnap, we don't know about the affair. So if the first thing is kidnap, maid doesn't kidnap the queen, queen doesn't kidnap the maid. What about the king? Ah, we're all good. Okay, no one wants to kidnap. So I think what needs to happen is queen sees the affair and kidnaps the maid. Then the king comes and rescues the maid and is like, and she's like, oh my god, the queen kidnapped me. So then the king gets pissed, kills the queen, and now the king and the maid are free to marry, and that's the end.
Baron rules alone.
So the baron rules alone. We have the king now, so I think if we try to marry the baron and the queen, yeah, so she's gonna say that she loves the king. So if the baron takes care of the king, she still says no. So if the baron gets rid of the queen, we have no throne. He has to get married to somebody and then kill them at the end. So those two have to be there. So if he kills the queen, does the king marry the maid? Okay, the king marries the maid. So then the baron kills the king. And then the baron marries the maid. And then the baron, because he wants to rule alone, kills the maid. And that makes the baron rule alone. Interesting. I guess with the kidnapping, I mean, I know he would kidnap anybody, but I feel like then they would know the baron's the one who did it. I don't know how to incorporate kidnapping, but this feels pretty straightforward.
Monsters. Bernard drinks poison.
All right, we got Bernard drinks poison. So let's see. What happens with the moon and Bernard? Oh, okay. So Bernard is a werewolf. What about Juliet? Okay, so Juliet is just a human. Bernard is a werewolf. Interesting. Maybe it's a good thing he rejected Edgar earlier. Could it be as simple as he's werewolf and then drinks poison? No. Ah, okay. I'm assuming as a werewolf, he needs to run into Juliet, maybe. Okay. Bernard turns into a werewolf, attacks Juliet in the forest, turns back, realizes what he's done and drinks the poison. Oh, okay, hold on. We go back to the forest. Now, oh god, realizes what he's done and drinks the poison. Are we missing a layer here? Do we need to meet Juliet first? Fall in love with Juliet first? Okay, that's the problem. So he has to have feelings for Juliet, turns into werewolf. Werewolf Bernard attacks Juliet. He comes back. He's like, Oh, what happened? What have I done? Goes to the forest. Oh, what have I done? And then drinks the poison. Okay. Makes sense.
Pet comes back to life to enact revenge.
Okay, so we have Pet comes back to life to enact revenge. Have an affair, reviving Clip. I hate to ask how we can have an affair with a dog, but yeah, so we have Bernard and then Isabel. And we know Isabel will poison and everything. Yeah, I didn't think the dog would care about. Okay, can Bernard have an affair with the dog? Okay, I can't tell if Isabel's mad. There's not really anything going on above her head, but Bernard really loves the dog. Will Isabel I hate to ask, what will Isabel do with the dog in the cliff? Okay, she doesn't care. Is it Bernard who will do something? Oh, Isabel just doesn't like the dog. Okay. So let me see. What if we have an affair, I guess, with... Okay, so we need to have Bernard and Isabel have like an affair first. We'll have the dog there. He'll be there. So Bernard, Isabel, they have their love affair. Bernard also has a love for the dog. Isabel is jealous. Isabel yeets the dog. That is very dramatic. That is a lot right there. All right. I guess we're gonna bring the dog back, and we're coming back to the cliff. And come on, dog. You gotta do it to Isabel. Nice. I feel like the dog could have totally jumped on her instead of just barking, but it got the job done, and he came back for revenge. I like it.
Queen gets Baron arrested.
This feels like a crossover episode because we have the detective and the Baron with the Queen. So the Queen gets the Baron arrested. We just have the disguise in the ballroom. The Queen doesn't care about the disguise. Baron will put it on. What about the detective? Detective doesn't care either. So I guess Baron puts on the disguise. And we go into the ballroom. The Queen and the Dragon? And then Baron goes, takes the disguise off. The Queen tells the detective, hey, a dragon was here. And the detective finds the disguise, finds the Baron's fingerprints, and arrests the good old Baron. Not too bad.
Cured of vampirism.
We have now entered our Twilight era. We have cured of vampirism. I always thought it was like vampirism. So we have Night Crypt Professor. Dracula, Mina, John. What is Oh, the professor scene literally has a professor. Okay, I thought it would be like someone becomes the professor. So we have Night, I guess, Dracula, and Mina. Okay. So Dracula bites Mina. So Mina's now a vampire. And then she would bite John. And then John would go to Professor. Professor has garlic. So I don't think we want everyone to get turned here. I think if anyone interacts with Dracula, does he only bite Mina or will he also bite John? Okay, so he will also bite John. She's in the crypt. If Dracula bites Mina, John sees Mina in the crypt. He talks to the professor, like how to save Mina, and he says to kill Dracula. Now we're in the crypt. There's Dracula. John kills Dracula. So now in the night, you have Mina, who is now human. Okay, and then we're gonna have John there. Yeah, we gotta see. John's gotta admire his handiwork. I was gonna say, I wonder if there's a way to cure Dracula, but I'm assuming the fact that killing Dracula cured Mina, it's like you have to kill the source vampire. I don't think there was actually a way for Dracula to be cured himself, just anyone turned by Dracula.
Monster is slain.
I really hope the monster that is slain here is the Baron in the disguise and not Bernard as the werewolf. We know if we do the moon, Bernard's gonna change. Nothing happens to the Baron. So we know Bernard's gonna be a werewolf. Bernard doesn't care about the disguise, so the Baron is always going to be the only one who cares about the disguise. What happens when we have werewolf meet disguised Baron? Oh, so he's actually scared of him as the dragon there. Will the professor talk to the Baron as the dragon? No, he will not. Interesting. So he's also scared. So I think all these need to move down one. So Baron puts on dragon costume. Bernard runs into dragon. Professor. Oh, so I don't think we need. All right. Okay, so we don't need the werewolf yet. So monster is slain, dragon dies. So first option is Baron as the dragon dies, which I think could be the better option. But now we have monster is slain, werewolf dies. I guess what needs to happen. So we gotta take these out. Let's actually, yeah. Baron's gonna put on the disguise. It's a Friday night, you know. That's how Baron celebrates, I guess. And Bernard, again, Friday night, so he turns into a werewolf. Baron runs into him and he's like, oh my god, there's a werewolf. And we know the professor is scared, so the Baron's gonna take off the good old disguise, talk to the professor, and be like, hey, I saw a werewolf. Professor gives him the gun instead. So now the Baron takes out Bernard. Oh, I wish we could just kill the Baron, but unfortunately, we also have to kill Bernard.
Drama. The mirror praises everyone.
The mirror praises everyone. We have Peachy, Haiti, and Froggy. Mirror and the cliff. Okay, so we have the mirror. Who does the mirror praise? So, okay. The mirror loves Peachy. What about Haiti? Okay. Mirror tells Haiti that I love Peachy. So then Haiti pushes Peachy off the cliff. And now the mirror praises Haiti. The frog wants praise. He says, no, I like Haiti. So then the frog is going to push off Haiti? No. The frog is just sad. The frog doesn't actually go get revenge. Okay. So I guess instead of frog, we're going to have Peachy scare Haiti off the cliff. Okay, so that works. So maybe the frog doesn't need to hear. You don't need to make the frog sad. Haiti just needs to die. So now the froggy goes to the mirror and gets the praise. Yeah, if I take this out, I'm assuming... I wasn't sure if that would work. So technically, I guess Peachy never has to directly get praise from the mirror. Haiti just knows that the mirror likes Peachy. But for the sake of continuity, the mirror tells everyone that they're beautiful. And the frog's blushing. That's cute.
Haiti murders father and marries mother.
What in the Oedipus is this? Haiti murders father and marries mother? I am your parent. Is this like a Darth Vader thing where he tells them? So Tiny tells Haiti, I'm your father? Does Haiti just... Okay, Haiti doesn't just hate his father. I guess we have Tiny and Peachy, they're married. Tiny and Peachy are happily married. Haiti wants to marry Peachy, but Peachy's like, I am in love with Tiny. So then Haiti pushes Tiny off the cliff to then marry Peachy. And then after they are married, Peachy tells Haiti, I am your mother? But we need to, I think, also discover that Tiny is his father. Does Tiny as a ghost, like, come back to haunt Haiti? No. So in the afterlife, there is no... Ghosts cannot speak. They can just scare you. So how does Haiti figure out that Tiny... Okay, so Tiny just says, I am your father. Peachy and Tiny are together. Haiti wants to be with Peachy, says, I'm in love with Tiny. Tiny tells Haiti that I am your father. Haiti kills him out anyway, makes no connection that, ah, yes, the woman I want to love is married to my father, marries Peachy, and then Peachy then informs Haiti that she is his mother. That's just crazy, man.
Tiny murders brother to avenge his father.
All right, Tiny murders his brother to avenge his father. We're having a lot of family trouble lately, it seems. Okay, so with family, all we can say is that I am your parent. We know that Tiny needs to be a brother, but I guess we can decide if Greeny or Haiti is the other brother. I guess we will say I guess we'll say Greeny is Tiny's father. So I am your father. We're gonna say that Greeny and Haiti get into a fight. So then Greeny's chilling on the cliff and Haiti pushes him. Tiny, missing his father, has a seance with Greeny. And Greeny, now being able to talk in the seance, tells him that Haiti is the one who did it. So then now Tiny pushes Haiti off the cliff. So when it says Tiny murders his brother, do we have to establish, I guess, that Haiti is his brother? It can't be implied. It has to, like, do we have to say, I guess we have to say, I am your father to each of them? Okay, so we just have to establish who the father is to everyone. So it's like, Greedy tells Tiny, I'm your father. Greeny tells Haiti, I'm your father. Haiti is like, I can't believe you're my father. Kills him, seance, and then we get there. Okay.
Haiti is murdered by his daughter.
So now Haiti is murdered by his daughter. It's established, I guess, that Haiti is Peachy's father. At some point, I guess we could go ahead and put the ending. We know at some point Peachy is supposed to be pushing Haiti. Okay, is Haiti not gonna like Peachy and Tiny together? He's fine with that. Is there anyone he doesn't like? Okay, so he's fine with Bluey, he's fine with Greeny, he's fine with everybody. Maybe. Okay, we're gonna have, yeah, so like Peachy and Tiny are together, and then maybe Haiti sees Tiny with Greeny. And Haiti is like, I can't believe you would do this to my daughter. So then Haiti pushes Tiny off the cliff. I saw Peachy starting to get sad there. Hold on. If I take, yeah, okay, that's actually interesting. So before Tiny dies, right, you can see Peachy. She's all happy. She's in love. But then when Tiny dies, she's now sad. And Haiti is mad. And then Peachy, missing her love, has a seance with Tiny, who informs her that her father killed him. And so now Peachy, without knowing about the affair, kills her. Or kills her. No, she kills her father. And I guess that was the extra one. So Haiti is murdered by his daughter, but he was just protecting her, is what we got. So cool. Two birds, one stone.
Tiny and Haiti wait forever.
This one almost feels too simple. Will Tiny and Haiti wait forever? Do they just wait the whole time? Just copy it all? Alright, Tiny, Haiti wait forever. Then they both leave and return. So then they leave and come back to wait. That's it. That's all this was. Okay.
Novels. Edgar murders his wife.
So Edgar murders his wife. We know Isabel will poison. The question is this supposed to be an intentional poisoning or not? Because I feel like it could be. Because I only know of Isabel poisoning others. So, like, if Edgar and Lenora are married, right? And then. Actually, hold on. Because, like, if Isabel is married to Lenora, and then Edgar wants to marry Lenora, right? All Edgar does is he drinks the poison. Or I guess he'll, like, drink the wine because he's heartbroken. If he drinks the wine because he's heartbroken, will he still... Yeah, he just drinks. If Edgar and Lenora are married, Edgar's gonna talk to Isabel, or Isabel's gonna want to marry Edgar. Edgar's like, no, we can't get married. I'm married to Lenora. So then Lenora's gonna poison Isabel. Lenora drinks the wine. So Lenora is now dead. Because Lenora is dead, Edgar and Isabel get married. But Edgar really misses Lenora. So Edgar is gonna do a seance. Lenora informs Edgar Isabel is the one who killed her. So now Edgar is going to grab the poison with intent of using it on Isabel, and Isabel is going to drink poisoned wine. So now Edgar murders his wife.
Duke shoots detective to avoid prison.
It's wild to think that the Duke is going to shoot the detective in this scenario, but the Duke shoots the detective to avoid prison. So yeah, Duke is just gonna touch the gun. He's not gonna grab it. We have to have a witness. So I think the Duke needs to witness something. Maybe no, Duchess and the King. Oh, okay. So Duke is going to witness his wife throwing some little hard eyes at the King. I mean, King does rank higher than Duke. But yeah, so the Duchess is kind of into the King. So then the Duke grabs the gun, and then with that, he is going to shoot the King. And I guess the detective is going to. So we don't want the Duke to put the gun back. And at this point, the detective doesn't know that the Duke did it. So now I guess the Duke witnessed the first scene in the ballroom. The detective is now going to witness the Duke shooting the King. So when he comes into the ballroom, he's going to know he's guilty. Duke still has the gun. No. How do you let yourself get arrested if you still have the gun? Okay. What happens if now the Duchess is in there and she witnesses the Duke with the gun and the detective? Will she tell the detective she saw the Duke with the gun? No. Because I feel like he has to be accused and then he'll shoot the detective. But in this case, when he gets accused, he's automatically arrested. If the Duchess witnesses it, if the Duchess witnesses it and then talks to the Duke in the ballroom, she knows, but she's not going to tell him, and he's still not going to tell the detective. Okay, what if? So I thought about this. Okay, so Duke witnesses the Duchess and the King. Duke grabs gun. Duchess then witnesses Duke and the King. Now the Duke is going back there, witnesses the Duchess telling the detective. There it is. Okay. The Duchess tells the detective that, hey, I just saw the Duke with the gun shoot the King. So before now the detective can confront the Duke is ready and shoots the detective. That one was actually kind of hard.
Unfaithful husband punished.
Unfaithful husband punished. We had the witch, the prince, and Snowy. So do we start with the witch and the prince together? But then in the forest, the prince meets Snowy. And oh my god. They like each other. The prince and Snowy kiss. I guess the witch does the witch even know about the affair, or is it just that the mirror likes Snowy better? 'Cause, the witch turns herself into the hag, and then will turn Snowy into a frog. But how would the witch know? Maybe the prince and Snowy, they don't meet while she's still in like princess form. Maybe it's the queen thinks she has the perfect life, And then all of a sudden, or the witch marries the prince, becomes princess queen, has the mirror, and then thinks her life's perfect. The mirror's like, nope, Snowy is better than you. So then witch turns into the hag, turns Snowy into frog. The prince meets Snowy, kisses her to save her. The witch sees that Snowy turned back into a human because the prince kissed Snowy. And so now the witch turns the prince into a frog himself. So the unfaithful husband has been punished.
Knight and maid murder the monarchs and have an affair.
So knight and maid murder the monarchs and have an affair. I have a feeling this is going to be not only a love triangle, but potentially a love square. So I think we're going to have the queen, or no, maybe the knight witnesses that the maid and the king are having an affair. So, and he's thinking of the queen, right? We know we're going to see the maid and then probably the queen. Okay, no, something has to happen for the knight, for the queen to like the knight. What if maid kidnaps? No. Will the king? No. No one's gonna kidnap the queen. Will it happen post affair? No. So maybe queen needs to see the affair. So maybe she'll kidnap the king because they need to murder the monarchs and have an affair. Yeah. So then the maid goes to save the king. King tells her the queen did it. Maid kidnaps queen. And the knight saves queen? Well, she's gonna say the maid did it. Maybe we had the king do it as revenge. And then the knight... Okay, so the knight would push the king there. So we know the knight and the maid need to have an affair at the end. We do need the queen to get kidnapped first, because the knight has to rescue the queen in order to get mad at the king. So we have... Okay. So we have the maid then push the queen off the cliff. The knight at the same time pushes the king off the cliff. So they killed both of the monarchs. And then now that they are both free of the monarchy and single, the knight and the maid have their own affair. That took way too many steps.
The ceremony. Marvelous! Throughout these pages, you created tales of love, ambition, intrigue, and vengeance. You have proven yourself worthy of the crown and the title of Storyteller. Now, it is time to close this book, ponder about the possibilities of the future, and go fill the pages of your own story. Life and death. Devil makes everyone miserable.
Well, we thought we were done with the game, but now we have Devil makes everyone miserable. So we now have these new Devil chapters. I guess it doesn't matter anymore about Eve dies heartbroken. I guess we just have... Is it just gonna be straight up? No. So it's not that Devil gets mad at... Okay. No, they're still in love. And we just have the two frames. How does he make everyone miserable? So we got a terrified ghost, but still not miserable. Because I think he just told Adam he's not going upstairs, he's going downstairs. Does he... If if he yells at him twice, doesn't make a difference. We know if they die, they get scared, but we can't have, if we have more than one, right? We can't have the devil talk to them both because we only have 3 frames. So he can do that. He can talk to each of them. I mean, if they're together and then he makes them both upset, that's not making everyone miserable. We'll reset. What all? So if they die, he just laughs. Can the devil die? Oh. He just can make headstones? He makes it for whoever he's looking at. So if Adam and Eve fall in love, the devil can make Adam think that Eve is dead, and then he can make Eve think that Adam's dead, which makes them both miserable. Okay. I think that kind of helps me figure it out. Maybe we'll see how the next one goes.
Seeing the ghost of a lover. Broken hearts. Spouses reject each other.
So now we have spouses reject each other. In the wedding, he just scares. Okay. So I think what we need to have happen is they get married. We're going to do the same thing that we did earlier with the death. So Devil is going to trick Edgar that Isabel's dead, and then trick. Or did I say Isabel? Edgar's gonna get tricked into that Lenora's dead. Isabel's getting tricked that Bernard is dead. So then Edgar and Isabel get married because they both think they are single. But then Edgar tries to marry, or then Lenora, I guess, tries to renew her vows and gets rejected. Oh, wait. If the spouses reject each other, I think we don't need 2 couples then, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe we just need... So Edgar and Lenora are married. So then Edgar thinks Lenora's dead. Lenora is going to think Edgar's dead. Edgar gets married to Isabel. Lenora gets married to Bernard. So now when they try to get, remarried, they both have a new spouse and reject each other. Okay.
Apparitions. Everyone dies sad.
So everyone dies sad. Let's just reset here. Okay. So Edgar and Lenora, they get married. Lenora is going to think that Edgar is dead. And then Edgar is going to think Lenora is dead. And so then Edgar, or actually, I don't think they have to think. I think we can just straight up do Lenora dies and Edgar's heartbroken. Okay. There doesn't have to be a think because we do need people to actually start dying. Edgar is sad because Lenora is actually dead. We're going to have Edgar and Bernard get married. But then, all of a sudden, Edgar now thinks Bernard is dead. And he dies. And we're 1 frame too much. Okay. How can we do this? Because we need Bernard to die. Yeah. Because if... So if Edgar dies and Lenora's sad, she can then marry Bernard. Bernard thinks Lenora died. So he's dead. And then... Oh, Edgar was never heartbroken. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. I have Lenora sad twice. If they never actually get married. Okay. Okay, so Bernard can get heartbroken in this way. Lenora and Edgar are married. Edgar is sad because he thought Lenora died. At the same time, Lenora's telling Bernard no, like she's rejecting him, saying that he is or that she's married to Edgar. Edgar dies, which makes Lenora sad. And then, like I said, she dies. Bernard's still sad. And then Bernard dies. The devil laughs at him because that's his only other role in this story, I guess.
The Cellar. Haunted for murder.
So, haunted for murder. There's gotta be something here. And the devil. Oh, what the heck? Okay, so the devil can like light the poison on fire. So he'll just drink that. Okay. Interesting. So he does that. And then we know he'll do the headstone thing. So if he lights the poison on fire, I guess it doesn't actually do poison? Okay. Haunted for murder. Haunted for murder. So they're married. The devil makes Edgar think that Lenora is dead. Edgar drinks the poison because he thinks Lenora is dead. So Edgar is now actually dead. But who gets haunted? I feel like that's the devil gets haunted because he's the one who committed murder. Edgar gets revived. And then no. Haunted for murder. The only thing I can think of for haunted for murder. Yeah, devil does that and then oh, okay. So drinking the quote unquote fire poison does not kill, it's just very hot. So then at the wedding, maybe that's the murder. So Edgar and Lenora are married. Edgar thinks Lenora's dead. The devil poison or lights the poison on fire. And then yeah, okay. And then Edgar is now haunted by Lenora because Lenora got murdered by Edgar's fire breath, and she's upset because she has no idea what else happened and thinks that Edgar murdered her, which I guess he kind of did.
Beauty. Heartbroken frog.
So, heartbroken frog. Let's see, we need. What happens? Okay, we're gonna let's move these steps here. What happens when the devil interacts with the frog? Okay, he just kind of does that. Oh! So devil in the boat makes a hole in it. What about devil in the cauldron? Okay, devil in the cauldron puts some stuff in it. What does that do to her? It turns her into a frog. Okay. So we have this and we put him in. Okay. I don't know if we need. What if actually the prince doesn't become a frog? What if instead, devil goes ahead, puts something in the cauldron, the witch goes to drink the cauldron, becomes a frog. She tells the prince, hey, I'm a beautiful, beautiful queen witch. The prince is very, into it, wants to give a kiss. At the same time, the devil's putting a hole in the boat. So then the prince goes to kiss her, and then the prince is dead? Okay, maybe it has to be the other way? So that, because I see the prince is in love, but I don't see that she's technically in love. It seems like she's in love with herself. But I think it's similar idea here. Yeah, maybe she doesn't. Yeah, so she's in love. So yeah, they try to kiss. He rejects, so it becomes a frog. She turns herself into beautiful witch lady. They confront in the forest. No. Felt like we got a little further the other way. Can I do a scene before this where okay, so she gets rejected.
Titanic.
There we go. So as the old hag form, she's in love with the prince. Cause okay, so she's in love with the prince. She's not necessarily rejected, but she has the hard eyes for the prince. The devil messes with the cauldron. She goes to drink the cauldron to make herself beautiful. Doesn't work, turns her into a frog, and the rest is history.
The Manor. Butler gets shot.
The time has finally come for the butler to get shot. I mean, I don't think the butler is as bad as the baron, but the butler do be a little trigger happy. We have no witness. We cannot witness anything. We're just gonna clear the board because it doesn't seem like even the someone gets arrested part that doesn't matter anymore. It's just now butler gets shot. What happens? Okay, so I guess he replaces the gun with like a water gun. The butler goes to grab the gun. He goes to shoot the duke. The duke realizes, oh my god, he meant to kill me. The devil puts the gun back. So now the duke grabs the gun with the intent of killing the butler. And now the butler gets shot.
Crown intrigue. Secrets. Duke shoots his wife.
All right. Now the duke shoots his wife. I wonder. Okay, we're gonna I was gonna say, I wonder if they would have an affair. But I removed the one frame and she's already telling the butler I would like a martini, not wine. So I don't think they're gonna be having an affair. What happens if the devil witnesses anything? Oh my goodness, I don't like his eyes in there. Oh, what the heck? Okay, so he just scares people, I guess. We know what he does with the gun. He swaps it out. Um, what happens if he swaps the gun before? Okay, the Duke definitely notices that that is not his gun. How does he shoot his wife? Maybe, okay, maybe Butler grabs the gun and then, he tries to shoot the Duke and then gun gets swapped back. The Duchess goes to witness. And then now I don't know why I thought maybe he would like shoot her through the painting. I don't think that's gonna work. But there has to be another scenario where the Duke will grab the gun. So what if Duke is in here witnessing and then the butler and the devil? Will the Duke grab the gun? Okay, the Duke will grab the gun with the intent of killing the devil. Maybe the Duchess is witnessing. And then the Duke goes to... No, he misses. I do think he is going to accidentally shoot her through the painting. I do think that's going to happen. My question is, does this actually need to happen? Maybe instead of the Duke and the devil talking, devil is the witness. Duke, okay, that's what it is. So he does shoot her through the painting. So devil goes in and he's witnessing, scares the Duke through the painting. The Duke, being, I'm going to protect this house, grabs the gun to shoot the painting. The Duchess goes into the painting to, do her little snooping. Duke doesn't know they swapped and shoots his wife through the painting of the king, who she kind of had an affair on earlier, but that's a longer story.
Justice. Genesis. Adam dies twice.
All right, so Adam dies twice. This feels pretty simple. Let's see. Tempt. Ah, okay. So the devil can change the apple from a red apple to a green apple. So Adam, weird. Okay, I tempted, and then that. Okay, we're gonna ignore that one for now. So Adam gets tempted. Judgment happens. Adam gets smited. I guess Eve can be there for dramatic effect. Can the devil be there? Oh, the devil just gets smited. Fair enough. Okay. So Adam eats red apple. Adam gets smited. Adam comes back. At the same time, the devil turns the apple green. So now Adam gets tempted by the green apple because it's not the same as a red apple. And Illuminati God smites him again, saying that he bit the apple once again. And he dies twice.
The king. Monsters. Drama. They all die.
This one feels so ominous. They all die. What happens with the waiting? Oh, let me take these out. So they're waiting together. They leave. The devil chops the tree. The tree falls and hits Tiny. Hades still sitting there. The devil, I guess, makes the tree come back. They chop it again. Oh, he has to water it multiple times. Okay. So they're not going to wait at the tree at all. We're going to just start. Devil's chopping the tree. Tree falls on Tiny. And then he does his part to make the tree come back and chops it again. So now Hades gets crushed once again by the tree. And then Tiny's there. Can Tiny just like watch it all? Oh, if Tiny's there, he kind of ruins the watering process. So unfortunately, Tiny can only witness the death, which she doesn't exactly seem too phased by.
Novels. Night imprisons queen.
I believe this is officially our final chapter. So Night imprisons Queen. We know though, let's see. Devil doesn't do anything with the kidnapping. We know he does the stuff with the headstone. Execution. Is he? Oh, okay. He just takes his head off and scares the queen. And then does he do anything with the throne? He sleeps on the throne. Okay. So the knight needs to imprison the queen. I'm assuming the devil will kidnap. Okay, so the devil will kidnap the queen. And the knight can sit on the throne. Oh no, he won't. Okay. So he kidnaps the queen. We're gonna have that he stages her death. So then the knight is now the king. We know the queen doesn't like it. Well, at some point, the knight discovers where the queen has gone. So she decides to kidnap the knight to get her crown back. Oh, wait, I'm doing this backwards. We want the knight to imprison the queen. Would he get revenge on her, though? So if no one's going to let him out, then he can't get revenge. Now that I'm thinking about this. Oh, okay, hold on. Maybe instead of her kidnapping to get her throne back, she marries the knight to get her crown back. And you can see, she's scheming here, right? She's scheming. And we know we gotta have a crown. And then the devil does that with the execution. Can the devil not, like, mess with the execution? Oh, he can. He puts a pitchfork there. So yeah. So he caused this whole master plan. She had to marry the knight to get her crown back. She's scheming, right? So then she goes to execute the knight. It doesn't work because the blade won't fall. The knight is pissed because he didn't think his queen would betray him like that. So he imprisons her and kidnaps her, and yeah, we got it. We got it.
The ceremony.
And that was Storyteller. I want to say thank you to everyone for watching this video, and thank you to everyone for all the love on the Storyteller content. This week has been absolutely insane, and I can't wait to bring more content your way. This has been crazy, and thank you so much. But for now, I hope you have a good evening, afternoon, morning, whatever time of the day it is when you're watching this, and I hope to see y'all next time. Bye, everybody.